All right, Miikka Muurinen is 18 years old. He plays basketball in Finland, and he's going to college next year. Then he'll probably come out for the draft after that. I do have it muted. Let's check out his highlights, and we'll talk about him a little more. Out on the fast break, he is 6'10". I want to say his wingspan is 7'2", so the wingspan obviously gets shown off. He takes off from outside the restricted area, showing off his wingspan even more, getting the passing lane for the rip, and going up for this smash. Giannis Antetokounmpo is the comparison a lot of guys have been making for him naturally. And Giannis, when Giannis was 18, 19 years old, that's pretty much how he looked, if y'all remember. He was more of a slim, slender man. Just another nasty dunk. Just to be 6'11 and be able to move like that is already kind of a gift in itself. Just great awareness, uses his wingspan to get the block from behind. Dude has a great motor, little putback dunk there. That's Laurie marking in there. Laurie with the pass up top, marking into Muurinen. Just out in the corner. His stroke looks really nice, honestly. He has a beautiful shot. Lets another three fly, misses that one, but hustles for the offensive rebound and gets the putback dunk. Just hangs on the rim and gets extra emphatic with it. I love it. Lob up top. Moves well off ball. He was in the right place at the right time. That's Euro basketball stuff, honestly. They move much better off ball than a lot of the younger players in America do. Just another putback, just using his length. Probably got away with a little push off, but it's all good. Again, his form looks really, really good. He's only 18 years old. Shot looks really nice. Wipes his nose too. I love it. Let him know. Little Euro step. Shows off the Euro step and finishes again. Just uses his length to show off. Just again, another back cut. He does a good job moving off ball from what I've seen. So he could make an NBA career just moving off ball and being that tall. Little three ball off the dribble. He steps up into that one. So you love to see that. Another Euro step finishes. I don't think they gave him the and one. That was on Bogdanovich too. His shot looks really good, to be honest. Just another nice corner three. Especially with that wingspan, he's going to be able to get that shot off over a lot of guys. Another three ball. One more. The shot looks clean. I can definitely see him kind of developing that shot and becoming just a little adjustment in the air. I can see him developing and maybe becoming, a passable three-point shooter, little offensive rebound in the stick back. He was playing with Lauri Markkanen in some of those games as well, so that's cool to see Muurinen and Markkanen playing together. But he's playing for Partizan right now, over in the Euro League. He's only played 6 games so far. He's averaging 13 minutes per game, so nothing crazy on the minutes there. He is averaging 4 points per game, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. The 1.3 steals, that's actually super impressive to be playing only 13 minutes per game and getting 1.3 steals in your 13 minutes. That's one thing with him. He kind of reminds me of Andrei Karolinko, if y'all remember Andrei Karolinko. Not just because he's foreign, but with his length, I can see him guarding 1 through 5 pretty well. I haven't been able to see too much of his lateral movement, so I need to see him move laterally and see how he can defend ball handlers. But with his length, he looks like he moves pretty well laterally. I can see him being at least a fairly versatile defender, being a good weak side shot blocker. He needs to put some size on, obviously. But like I was saying, I've heard the Giannis Antetokounmpo comparisons because when Giannis was 18 years old, he looked really slender, and he looked like this kid a lot, to be honest. You saw kind of those same flashes with Giannis where he can move without the ball, he can get out and be a threat in transition. And now we see Giannis today with all the size that he's been able to put on. 66% from the free throw line. He takes half a free throw per game, so we can't really use that sample size and take too much from it. He's shooting 11% from the three-point line, so that's not great. He's taking 1.5 three-point attempts per game, but we did see the shot. I can't take too much from his stats. He's only playing 13 minutes per game. He's only getting 4.3 field goal attempts per game, only 1.5 3-point attempts per game. He's shooting 39% from the field, so 39% from the field, 11% from three, 66% from the free throw line. But his shot does look good. I think he'll be at least over 70% from the line as he develops his shot. The mechanics look really good. Giannis' shot was just absolutely broken when he came into the NBA. So Miikka Muurinen, his kind of his base looks better than Giannis, at least when Giannis was this age. He looks more skilled than Giannis was. That's not to say that he's ever going to be half the player Giannis is, because Giannis is obviously a god of a basketball player. But I do like the Andre Karolinko comparisons. I saw somebody say, because on the video it says Miikka Muurinen, just insane athlete. I saw somebody comment, this guy is not incredibly athletic. I see this type of stuff in the NBA all the time. They basically said he just dunks really hard and he just hangs on the rim and he's extra emphatic with his dunks. And that is true. I will give you that. I don't think he's so much an insane athlete, but if you're 6'10", you have an over 7-foot wingspan, and you're able to move like this guy does, you're as light as he is, you're keeping weight off your joints to hopefully have more longevity in the NBA. But he's obviously a project player. I could see him going in the first round to some team because he's probably going to go to college this season or next season, play a year in college. He turns 19 in March, so maybe turn 19 in March, go to college, and then come out for the draft when he's 20 years old. I think some time playing in college could be good for him because he's obviously skilled. He's learned some skills overseas. Again, he's playing for Partizan right now in the Euro League, but I think him playing in college could help him out because you get to play with that physical style of play in college and maybe help him get more used to the physicality of the NBA. I feel like if you grew up playing basketball in America, playing a year in the Euro League could definitely help you. And if you play all your time in Euro League, playing a year in college could help you out just to get more used to the physicality. Um, Euro League, they do develop more skilled players than we do in the NBA, but it can be kind of a learning curve when you just get thrown into the NBA and you have to deal with that physicality from day one. So I think that's his plan, is to go to college this next year. So go to college 2026, play a year of college ball, then come out in 2027. But I could see him being a first round pick, possibly going in the top 14 and being a lottery pick, to be honest with you. He's only getting 13 minutes per game overseas, and in the EuroLeague, they're probably trying to win a championship. They're probably not so much looking to develop this guy. They probably know he's going to go to the NBA, so they're most likely playing their older rotation players over Miikka just to let them give Partizan a better chance of being competitive in the EuroLeague. So they're probably not necessarily prioritizing developing this kid, but if he goes to college and he goes to a team that is prioritizing his development and he plays in more of a spaced out offense because things are a little more condensed in the Euro League. If he's in the NBA offense and he's getting out on the fast breaks, you saw those nice back cuts he was making. He looks like he moves pretty well off the ball. And yeah, I mean, I like Miikka, however you say his name exactly. We're gonna know within this next year exactly how to say his name because I think he's going to just flash more and more, and more people are hearing about this kid. Again, he is definitely a project player. I'm not saying he's going to be great in the NBA by any means. I'm not saying he's going to be Giannis Antetokounmpo, of course, because that would just be crazy to say this early in his career. But I feel like his ceiling is very high, and I feel like his floor would be pretty high as well because he's 18 years old. He might grow another inch and be 6'11" with like a 7'2" wingspan. At bare minimum, I think he'll be at least a good transition player and he'll be a solid defender as far as being a weak side shot blocker and just a versatile defender that can switch pretty much 1 through 4, especially once he puts a little more weight on his frame. He's only 203 pounds. And that's not too bad. There are guys in the NBA that are 6'10" and they play at 200 pounds and they're very effective. So, of course, more of a project player, but I'm really high on him. I'm very impressed with what I'm seeing from Miikka out there. I feel like he'll be more effective in the NBA as well when he has a spaced out offense, when he can run in the fast break, and he can get these playmakers feeding him on those backdoor cuts. Maybe get him in some pick and roll action if he puts the size on to be able to do that. But I like his feel for the game. It looks like he has really good feel for the game off ball. You saw the 3-point shot. It looks really good. He's only playing 13 minutes per game again. So, I mean, if he was playing twice the minutes, 26 minutes per game, I know it doesn't exactly work like this, but if we doubled his stats, he'd be giving you about 8 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, maybe a steal and a half per game. I like how he plays the passing lanes as well. So, I definitely think this kid has a spot in the NBA. I think he'll be a good NBA player at least, but he has a crazy ceiling. So, we'll see what happens once he makes it to the league. He looks like a dog. He has the neck tats. You saw him hit the three and just freaking wipe his nose. So, he's here for the American culture, and I think he'll be a really interesting project in the NBA at the bare minimum. Please like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 7 million subscribers. Let me know what you think about Miikka and how he'll look once he makes it to the NBA. Again, he'll probably get drafted 2027, so it's a ways down the line, but I'm excited to see him out there. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.